Good evening. Good evening. How you guys doing out there? It's Mike. I'm back again with Soberheadz message of the day, and I want to thank everybody for coming on. And I've been off a couple of days. I got a little foot injury while at my job and on the trip with the kids that shelved me for a little bit, but now I'm back. Um, Hopefully, I'll be back to work Monday, seeing how it heals. But um, right now, I still wanted to come on and bring a message today, and this is a good message because it seems like this time of year I always seem to I send out this certain message during my text every morning, and then a lot of people respond to this message in the same kind of way, and it's basically about once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And so I'm gonna read through it, then I'm gonna chop it up about um, why we call ourselves alcoholics, the people that do, and I'm gonna also touch on why some people that's deep in the faith feel that you shouldn't call yourself that. And then once I'm done, I think you guys will have an understanding on what's the difference, because it's not as big as people think, but it's definitely a difference. So first, we're gonna go in and we're gonna read about what's the message of the day, the thought of the day that the AA had put out. But just want to know how you guys doing out there. I hope everybody is well rested, getting ready for the Shabbat. Right now, it's Sabbath preparation day, so you should be getting that food ready, getting that cleaning going on, so you could present a good place for the Most High for the Sabbath. I'm looking forward to the Sabbath. I gotta go speak tonight at 6:30 in Town. So right after that, the Shabbat will be already coming in, and I could just rest and get ready for the Sabbath. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves and everybody enjoying this beautiful weather. It's some beautiful weather out there today. Like I said, I'm a little hobbled, but I'm gonna be good soon. So get into the reading. Thought of the day. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Commencing to drink after a period of sobriety, we are in a short time as bad as ever. If we continue, have admitted we are alcoholics, we must have no reservation of any kind, nor any lurking notion that someday we will be immune to alcohol. What sort of thinking dominates an alcoholic who repeats time after time the desperate experiment of the first drink? Parallel with sound and reasoning, there inevitably runs an insanely trivial excuse for taking the first drink. There is little thought of what the terrific consequences may be. Have I given up all excuses for taking a drink? Yes, I have given up all excuses for taking a drink. And when it says once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, what they're basically saying is once we have developed the allergy of alcoholism, we label ourselves as alcoholic because no matter what, that allergy is still going to be inside of me. Now, the people that's deep in the faith and things, they say once you are into Christ, you are a new creature. You are, but their thoughts of alcoholic. When I say alcoholic, is more into the stigma. Their thoughts of the drunkard, the person that's falling down, the person that's sloppy drunk, and what drunkard says in the Bible. When we say alcoholic, we're talking about having a being allergic to alcohol. Once, see, that's the difference. Once I take a drink, my body craves another one. So no matter if I get baptized, no matter if the spirit flows through me, no matter none of that, that will never change. That's why we say, hi, my name is Mike, I'm an alcoholic, because of the allergy, because that we're allergic to alcohol. Once we take it, our body has to have more. Not the demeaning stigma of alcoholic. When you see somebody that's drunk walking around broken, um committing heinous acts, doing sinful behavior. No, we're not talking about the stigma of alcoholic. We're talking about the allergy of somebody that once they take a drink, they have to have another one. That's the difference. So it's not a thing of saying we don't believe in Christ enough to say and not call ourselves alcoholic. We're basically saying that no matter what, I still have the allergy. That's basically what it comes down to. It's like somebody being allergic to seafood or allergic to strawberries or allergic to anything else. When you put that food or that substance in their body, it does something to their body. When I put alcohol in my body, it does something to my body that it might not do to the next person. That other person could sit down, they could have one or two drinks, and they don't have an allergic reaction. When I sit down and I have one and two drinks, my body is going to say, you need another one and another one and another one. And it's not going to be any amount that's going to be enough to make me feel whole. That's why I say to this day that I'm alcoholic, because of the allergy. So now that we have that out of the way, and those out there will understand what I'm talking about when we say once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, because the allergy is forever present inside of your body. Next up, we have, it says, commencing to drink after a period of sobriety, we are in a short time as bad as ever. Because once we start if I wait 10 years, when I pick up that drink, it might seem okay for the first 2 days. Then the first day is going to be one drink. Then the next day is probably going to be one drink. Then the third day is going to be two drinks. By the fourth day, I'm going to be back doing what I was doing before. That's how the allergy picks up. So that's why we cannot pick up that first one. We must have, if we ever admitted we are alcoholics, we must have no reservation of any kind, nor any lurking notion that someday I will be immune to alcohol. That means that no matter what in my mind, I can never tell myself that it's okay for me to drink, period. So when I go to the meetings and I say, Mike, alcoholic, I'm consciously reminding myself that no way that I need to be able to drink. And that's why we say the things we say. And everybody don't do it, but I'm a person that does it because I have a built-in forgetter. Life might be too good. And if I'm not going to the meetings and getting reminded of the pain and the things that I went through and seeing that newcomer come in that's going to remind me of what's going to happen, then life might be too good. And I might be somewhere out and I might see a Heineken and I might say to myself, one of them would not hurt. And then everything starts over again. Because no matter what, that allergy is still inside my body. Now, if it was a way where that allergy and everything could be removed, then I would understand what people say that you should never call yourself that. But as long as that allergy is still in my body, then I understand that if I pick up a drink, it's going to start everything all over again. So that's how this thing goes. So we have to take that whole notion out of our mind that it's okay for us to pick up one, and it's okay because once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. That's what. So don't think about the stigma. Think about the allergy. All right. Next up, we have the meditation of the day. When two or three are banded together, I will be there in the midst of them. When God finds two or three people in union who only want his will to be done, who want only to serve him, he has a plan that he has revealed to them. The grace of God can come to people who are together in one place with one accord. A union like this is miracle working. God is able to use such people. Only good can come through such consecrated people, brought together in unified groups for a single purpose and a single mind. Wow. That's why I love the fact that me and my wife, we get up and we do almost a half hour prayer every morning, just praying and banding together and warding off different spirits to try to attack us and things of that nature. And we always try to do it together because when two or more together, he's in the midst. And I also like it when I go to meetings and at the end of meetings, before meetings, we do the serenity prayer. And at the end of the meetings, we all hold hands and we do the Lord's Prayer. So let's say if the meeting starts at 7 o'clock and this meeting is over at 8 o'clock. So when you look at all around the world at that same time at 8 o'clock, when that meeting is over, because AA be on time. That's one thing I could say about The meetings, they don't be playing around. They be on time. If the meeting is an hour, when that hour up, it's over. So you don't have to worry about sitting in there and wondering what time is this meeting gonna be over. They don't really play around when it comes to their time. So once that meeting is over at 8 o'clock, if the meeting started at 7, all the AAs around the world are holding hands and saying the Lord's Prayer at the same time. Do you understand how powerful that is when you think about all the meetings in the world that start at 7 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock, everybody is saying the Lord's Prayer at the same time? That's very, very powerful. And that's part of the reason why a lot of people in those groups stay sober, because we're all sitting there and we're praying at the same time. And God sees that, and he knows that we really want to try to be sober. And so he gives us that grace. He gives us that grace. The grace of God can come to the people who are together in one place with one accord. So when you have thousands of people, probably millions at 7 o'clock at night, and then it gets to 8 o'clock, at 8 o'clock at night, everybody's praying at the same time, that Lord's Prayer. You know how powerful that is? For meetings all over the world at that time of night, everybody's praying at the same time. And it says, God is able to use such people. Then we go out and we're able to do service. Like I'm going out to speak tonight. That's doing service. Last night I went and spoke somewhere else. That's doing service. And he uses us to go out and carry that message to let people know what he did for us, and how he lifted the obsession to want to drink from us. That obsession to want to drink, those behaviors and things of that nature, he lifted that from us. That obsession, man. I never in my life thought that I wouldn't have the obsession to drink. But the Most High lifted that obsession from us, and he made a way where we could go out and tell people what he did for us, and we could be in service for him. That's the best feeling of being a part of this fellowship, is being able to go out and do the work that he called you to do, and understand that you're truly at this point really living in your purpose. It says a union like this is miracle working. God is able to use such people, and he is definitely miracle working, because when you see a person revive from when you first seen them, when they first came in to the rooms or into a rehab, and then you see that light go off in their eyes, and you see that they really want it. And then if they in the rooms and you see 5 years later and you see a whole nother person, but you remember when that person first came in, and then you really sit there and you say to yourself, God is the best. Did you see how God transformed this person? When I look at some of my old pictures that I had before, and I see how God transformed me when I was sad and lost, and just my eyes was just bloodshot, and I was just in a whole nother world, checked out, and now I'm present, totally look like a total different person. That's all him. He was able to reach down and grab me and pull me out. Man, God is the best, for real. So when you come in and you doing the work, and then you join other people, whew, we join other people. Now I'm gonna jump back up to that thought of the day, where it says once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And it says, parallel with sound reasoning, there's an inevitable run, some insanely trivial excuse for taking that first drink. Knowing everything that's gonna happen, it says there's a little thought of what the terrific consequences may be. Those consequences are gonna come, but that obsession be on you so hard that you don't even think about the consequences. Thank you, Most High, for taking that obsession away. And as long as I don't pick up that first drink and hit that allergy again, that obsession is not going to be in me. So I'm an arm lift away from bringing that obsession back in my life. That's how deep this gets. That I'm only an arm length away with a drink for turning my whole life around. I heard somebody say one time when they picked up a drink, the felt the spirit of God leave their body. He said he picked up a drink and he felt the spirit of God leave his body. That's how deep this thing gets. So I hope I answered that question of once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And again, it's because when we look at alcoholic, the word alcoholic, we think about the allergy. When other people look at the word alcoholic, they think about the stigma and somebody being a drunkard. And so that's why they feel like we shouldn't call ourselves that. But we're talking about the allergy. We're not talking about the drunkard. Now, well, I should say I talk about the allergy. I'm not talking about being a drunkard. I'm talking about having the allergy of once I put alcohol in my system, I'm going to want another one. So I'm about to go and get ready to go speak at this place and get ready for the Shabbat. You guys enjoy yourself. And for those out there observing the Sabbath, enjoy your Shabbat, get your rest. Make sure you link up with some people, because please do not forsake the gathering tomorrow. I'm gonna be at Sabbath class, and I hope you will too. This is Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.